G'day guys, so another trapping video. And it's going to be another pitfall trap, which is defined by a floor collapsing beneath them, letting them fall in a hole. So this was the first one I made quite a long time ago now, where if they tried to break that window frame to get to the box on the other side, they'd fall down in the hole, the box sitting just out of reach, and the window frame left one hit away from breaking. I've made about 3 or 4 similar traps where the floor collapses, and in this video we're going to look at the easiest one. So in that trap I used the top of a pillar to make the trigger. In this one I'll use a pillar placed between 2 foundations. So this is the trap we'll be making. It looks simple and inconspicuous. And in this case the trigger is the thatch door frame, the weakest part of the building. So anyone trying to break in through that door frame will fall into the hole beneath. Anyway, it's time to make one. You'll need at least 3 foundations. Make sure they're placed in a line straight out from you, not sideways, or it won't work. And you'll have a snap point between 2 of the foundations. Place a pillar in it and extend it up once more. And now wall in the bottom. Here I'm just going to make the most simple iteration of it. You can make it as complicated as you want. Make sure you have a door for access. That's the holding pen made, so we need that at least stone, if not metal. But the rest we can build in wood. I like to mix things up so the thatch door frame doesn't look out of place. Place a wood ceiling on top of the pillar. And now a row of wood walls. You'll only need 2 up each side. Now a ceiling right at the back to fill up the gap. It'll overlap the one on the pillar. Okay, so now I'll put the front ramps on. Centre a ceiling over the front corners. And 2 ramps down. Now from the ceiling on top of the pillar, build a thatch door frame downwards. And another one to allow you to place the ceiling out from it. Now out from the top of that second thatch door frame, place a wood ceiling. And that'll be your collapsing floor. And the last thing to make it functional is to throw in a wood door. That thatch door frame needs to be the weak point for them to break through. Okay, so now that's all complete, in its simplest form at least. The will-be victim spies out your building to break into it and starts bashing through that thatch door frame. But that's supporting the floor beneath him. And he falls down into the holding pen below. Anyway, to reset the trap, really simple. Just again, 2 thatch door frames down, a wood ceiling out, and a wood door. Remember, you want to be alerted when someone's trapped, so take your dodo, throw it in the bottom, and set it to aggressive. When the dodo gets killed, you know someone's in there. Remember to rename your dodo so you know which one's the trap alert. So that's the simplest, most functional parts. You can extend the corridor out This will stop them using a Pteranodon, for example, to break down the wall. So you just use an open door frame to prevent dinosaur attacks and a way for them to get out. I'll just trigger this one now and speed it up. You can make it so the ramp will break away as well, but you'll need to demolish those side walls. Just extend it straight out and put the ramp down from the straight ceiling. Anyway guys, it's time to head over the official servers and look some traps over there. This is an old server, but checking the tribe log showed the dodo was killed. So it's the trap at Blue Ob was triggered by level 93. It's the last thing in the log, but I wasn't online when it happened. So this is the Blue Wob trap. It's always a hot spot here for trapping. I am a bit late, so they're all dead already. That's an unconscious level 1 that I just left in the trap. And that's just a campfire I placed on the collapsing floor. Wolf, level 68, he was caught this time. And that's the dodo's death cache. And Joey 93, he's the one that killed the dodo. So it caught two guys from the same tribe. Although they do seem to have got all their gear back. They could have thrown their gear over the wall or stand up the top of the ramp and whipped it up. There's a spawn point right next to Blue Ob, so it's not hard to do. They have no tools and they wouldn't have punched their way through a thatched door frame. You can make the walls too high or use the collapsing ramp that I showed earlier to prevent that. Another server, another trap, so I've got a bed in a 1x1 attached onto this trap so I can easily spawn there and check it. And this guy went straight offline once he realised he was caught. Just a beach naked by the look of it. Now this is that same trap being triggered by a level 16 noob. So the red ob dodo has gone down, so I've got to get to the other side of the map. It's a good idea to check traps with the bird on your shoulder, as you are vulnerable to ambush. And a good bird can save your life. I like just standing here and watching them. You can't hurt yourself by punching metal walls. Nor wood. You have to be able to damage it to hurt yourself. Anyway, enough of this. Handcuffing him here is not going to achieve anything other than sending him a message. I felt like I was cursed when I was trying to make these traps because I was always offline when they went off. This is another trap that's gone off while I was offline. Just scrolling down through the tribe log. In this case a lystro was used with the coordinates where the trap is. This is the trap that's placed just opposite the base. I built this one higher than the others. And longer, so the pillar is outside the holding pen. But he is long gone. The lystro at the back there is just my reserve for when I reset it. But even though he's not there, we do know exactly who broke in to our building because he had to kill the lystro. So I'm going to go pay them a little visit. I'll go throw a Dilo face bomb in their base. Been offline a few hours. Being Australian on a European server, I often have the whole server to myself. I should have bought the Pteranodon so I didn't have to blow such a large hole. There was quite a few of them in there. So I'll just drag them all over into the one corner. Throw some C4 on the Dilo's face in the other corner. Setting to aggressive with the lowest attack range. And when they log in, we'll let the chaos ensue. It didn't take long, about one game day. And they must have logged back in because the Dilo was just killed. And a good portion of their base seems to be gone. If you don't know what I just did, I've already done a video on the Dino face bombs. Just a bit of fun. We go check out the destruction that caused. So it went off where all the bodies were laid. And the poor simple bastard's just sitting there, trying to rebuild his base now. I'm not all bad. I'll drop the contents of the Griffin to help them rebuild. You don't want to drive people out of the server if there's no need to. There's no fun in that. Anyway, we've gone well off topic now, so I'll end the video here. But before we go, I did promise a giveaway in this video. So, the first 5 people who type 25 numbers between 1 and 20 into the comments down there below will go into the draw. I'm not going to tell you what you win, but you'll find out when you do. I did warn you guys to get your notifications on and set to always. But for those that miss out, don't worry, because I'm going to hold another giveaway soon. Again, click that bell next to the subscribe link and click always. I don't upload often, so setting that to always is the only way you can find out when I do, as the subscribe button doesn't function the way you'd expect it to.